Bonjour à tous, bienvenue pour la leçon numéro 19. Alors, aujourd'hui, today, the plan is learn how to talk about the weekend, le week-end en français. Nous allons utiliser des verbes comme faire, aller, and frequency expression. Allez, c'est parti tout le monde, on attaque. Like always, we will start with a dialogue, a small conversation. Paul, en général, tu fais quoi le week-end? D'habitude, je vais au marché le samedi matin et je fais parfois du sport l'après-midi, mais pas tout le temps. Et toi? Je fais souvent la même chose. Me reposer. Little bit of translation. Ok, Paul, en général, tu fais quoi le week-end? Paul, what do you usually do on the weekend? D'habitude, je vais au marché le samedi matin. I usually go to the market on Saturday mornings et je fais parfois du sport l'après-midi and sometimes exercise in the afternoon. Mais pas tout le temps. Et toi? But not all the time. What about you? Je fais souvent la même chose. I often do the same thing. Me reposer. Rest. So, here we go. Key phrases to talk about le week-end en français. Je vais au parc. Je vais au marché. Je vais au cinéma. Je fais du sport. Je cuisine. Je dors. Je me repose. I rest ou I take some rest ou I relax. Je fais la grasse matinée. This is a very specific one, usually more for B1, B2 level, but it's a really funny one. Je fais la grasse matinée is basically I never get out of the bed. I just stay in bed as long as I can. Alors, vous aimez faire la grasse matinée? Do you like to stay in bed as long as you can during the weekend? Moi, oui. Repeat after me. Je vais au parc. Je vais au parc. I'm going to the park. Je fais du sport. Je fais du sport. I do sports. Le dimanche, je me repose. Le dimanche, je me repose. Je fais la grasse matinée. Je fais la grasse matinée. Je fais la grasse matinée. Magnifique. Bon travail. Super. Allez, c'est parti. Question to practice. Remember, questions are super important. Tu fais quoi le week-end? What do you do on weekends? En général, je me repose. Usually, I rest. Le samedi, tu fais quoi? What do you do on Saturdays? D'habitude, je fais du sport. Usually, I do sports. Tu sors le week-end? Do you go out on weekends? Oui, je sors le week-end. Okay, repeat after me these very specific questions. Tu fais quoi le week-end? Kend. Tu fais quoi le week-end? Tu sors samedi? Tu sors samedi? Qu'est-ce que tu fais dimanche? Qu'est-ce que tu fais dimanche? Qu'est-ce que tu fais dimanche? Magnifique, super, bravo à tout le monde, excellent travail. Wouh! Allez, allez, let's go, c'est parti tout le monde. Very important adverbs of frequency in French. Les adverbes de fréquence. Remember, most of the time, 99% of the time, we will always put the adverb after the verb. So, for example, here's the list. Toujours, which means always. Je fais toujours du sport. Oh, there's a little glitch in my PDF, sorry. I always do sport. But French people, we say I do always sports. Je fais toujours du sport. Toujours meaning always, always. Souvent, often. Elle va souvent au cinéma. She often goes to the movie. But remember, in French, we say she goes often to the movie. Elle va souvent au cinéma. Elle va toujours au cinéma. She always goes to the movie. She often goes to the movies. Parfois, if you know there is a brand like a clothes brand named Parfois, maybe you heard about it. So parfois means sometimes, basically. Nous mangeons parfois au restaurant. We sometimes eat at the restaurant. Remember, we say we eat sometimes. Nous mangeons parfois au restaurant. Rarement. This one is really complicated to say, so try to use it rarement, not so often, okay? Or rarely. Or in English, it's complicated as well. So you can pronounce it in 3 syllables, rarement, or in 2 syllables, rarement, but it's more complicated. So, rarement. Il travaille rarement le week-end. He rarely works on weekends. Jamais, never, but attention, en français, jamais will always be a negative sentence. So we will have to use ne plus the verb plus jamais instead of pas. Remember, negative sentence in French, j'aime le chocolat, je n'aime pas le chocolat. Ne plus le verbe plus pas. But with jamais, jamais with is going to replace pas. Never say pas jamais. No, no, only jamais, jamais. So here we go. Tu ne fais jamais tes devoirs. You never do your homework. But Like always, remember, French people, we say you do never your homework. Tu ne fais jamais tes devoirs. Okay, very important. As you may have noticed, sometimes I use le samedi, le dimanche. Sometimes I only use samedi or dimanche. So what's going on here? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? What's going on? So samedi or le samedi. When we use samedi without le, it means this Saturday, on a specific Saturday, different from all other Saturdays. For example, je vais à Paris samedi. I'm going to Paris this Saturday, like a very specific Saturday. Il a travaillé samedi dernier. He worked last Saturday, meaning a very specific one. He doesn't usually work on Saturday. Au contraire, on the contrary, if I use le samedi with le, it means every Saturdays, Saturdays in general. For example, je fais du sport le samedi. Every Saturday I do sport. On dîne chez mes parents le samedi. On Saturdays, we always dine or have a dinner at my parents' house. Remember, chez plus something or someone, it means at something or someone's house. Chez mes parents, at my parents' house. Chez moi, at my house. Chez le boulanger, at the baker house. OK? Ça va? Tout est bon? Super? On continue? Allez, 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 à l'attaque. Little recap of what we have done today. Today, we've learned how to describe a person. No. Today, we have learned how to talk about the weekend. You know, I'm always doing stuff too quickly. Pardon. Sorry for that. Excusez-moi. Excuse me. So, tu fais quoi le week-end? What do you do on the weekends? En général, usually, je fais du sport. I do sports. Le dimanche, meaning every Sunday, all Sundays, on Sundays, je me repose. I rest. I take some rest. C'est vrai. It's true. Je ne travaille jamais le samedi. I never work on Saturday. It depends. Sometimes I do work on Saturday. Life, c'est la vie. Prochaine leçon, we will learn how to talk about using public transport. Now what? Remember everyone, go to the Telegram group so you can download and do all the exercise of vocabulary, grammar, phonetics. Don't forget to interact with everyone. Write as much as you can. Record yourself and share the audio in the group. J'aime. Abonnez-vous et on se voit pour la prochaine leçon. Salut, salut. Ciao, ciao.